good morning. Happy Monday. It's Chica. Today I want to share with you a powerful phrase that you guys can use to get through a little bump in your day or something that goes wrong. And this actually was something that I discovered about myself and what I do when something like that happens. So let's just get right into the story. The other day, I was at home organizing my bag, this tote bag that I got. And I look at the inner pocket, and there is just white goo everywhere. And I was like, oh no, what is this? And it was my hand lotion that had spilled all over the inner pocket. It was on my lipstick and my portable straw and just all over the fabric. So yeah, one of those things where you're just like, something frustrating, irritating, and something you don't need. When something like that happens, what do you guys do? Some people might be like, oh no, why is this happening to me? This is the worst day. But for me, I'm quite a positive person, and I usually don't let those things derail me that long. Of course, I'm not like, oh yes, I have hand lotion spilling all over my tote bag. I'm okay. But I get over it. And this time I realized how I get over it. I had never actually realized this about myself. But as I was cleaning up the mess, I found myself saying, well, at least I was home and not out and about when I found this out because I'm able to clean it up. And then I was like, well, at least it wasn't food. Well, at least it smells nice. And I found myself saying at least and coming up with reasons why this was not that big of a deal. And I never knew that I did that. So I caught myself. And today, do we have a little guest? We've got a little guest today on our Happy Monday episode.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was saying I used that for you.
Yes. Do you want to talk about that? I taught putting this phrase later that day. That evening, we were actually all supposed to go to a movie, right?
But we were late and we're like, well, that's still okay. We can still watch the movie. But then our car broke down.
So I was going to meet the kids and Daddy at the movie theater. They were already late, but now they weren't going to make it. And so Pudding got a little upset and she calls me. And she's like, all right. And then what did Mommy tell you?
She messaged me, at least fill this thing in. Exactly, and she texted.
I said at least, and then I put a blank, and I was like, fill in the blank.
And I was like, which is this?
I told her, come up with 3 phrases that start with at least. Mm-hmm. And you came up with a few. Well, yeah. What were some of them? Do you remember them?
I think it was at least it's just Toy Story. It's not like my favorite.
Yeah, not your most favorite.
Yeah. It's just like when I get into something, I want to do that so badly.
Yeah, and you also said like, at least we get to see each other. And then you also said,
at least we saw Moana.
Yeah, we had just seen Moana a little while ago. So she came up with 3 phrases, and then what did that do to your brain?
I don't know. I just forgot about it.
Yeah. We created space in your brain, right? We try to come up with a lot of ways to create space in our minds when we get a little emotional. And that was one thing that I realized I do. I didn't even know it. And thank you for coming on the show today.
I was like pointing at me, and I was like, don't forget about me. I also use it.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Bella. Of course, there are things in life that might be really hard and really challenging and you can't overcome with at least. But there are lots of little bumps in the road that we face that are frustrating and annoying. And instead of letting that get you down for the day, at least fill in the blank. That was what I was doing naturally. And it definitely works for me. And I feel like I'm a pretty positive person. And I didn't really think there was like a method to it, but I came up with a very concrete way to feel a little lighter. So I definitely wrote this in my journal, like at least remember that word. The way I journal is not just to write things down and get things out of my head, but I also like to reflect. So when I do reflect, I want to make sure that I catch those things, my realizations, because even though, I've discovered it once, you easily forget those things because your brain has a lot to think about. A lot of things that I talk about on this morning episode is related to journaling, and I'm able to do these episodes because I've started journaling and I'm more aware of my thoughts and my patterns. So I thought I would share that with you, and this would be great for you guys to practice a few English phrases, thinking in English, and also becoming a little more positive or creating space in your mind to think and get over that slump. And yes, that was our morning episode. Gonna drink a sip of my coffee now. はい、皆さんいかがでしたか？今日は突然のスペシャルゲストもいて、ちょうど夏休み中なので、プリンも参加してくれました。で、ちょうど私は結構自分で気づいたこととか学んだことを、プリンとかクローバーにもシェアしたり実践してみたりするのが好きで、ちょうどね、私がこの話をしてたらプリンが横で、それ私もやったって言ってたので、参加してもらいました。That was special! 嬉しいゲスト出演でした。Alright, let's read some comments as I always do. コメントに入る前に、英語学習、旅、子育て、自己成長というテーマに興味がある方は共通点がたくさんあると思うので、LINE でつながってください。YouTube 以外の活動でもいろいろとやっていますので、お知らせをお届けできたらなと思います。And we've got some exciting things coming up. 本当にすごい楽しみなこともたくさん控えているので、connect with me. Okay, comments. I love all the comments that you guys are giving me on these videos. 前回の動画は自分がやだなっていうネガティブな考えのスパイラルに入っていることを気づいて思考を停止する and just do it っていう話をしました。でそれに対して浅見池田さんが先週はお盆休みで今日から仕事で気が重かったのですが、ちかさんの動画を見て気づきをもらいました。Just do it ですね。Yes, I mean you gotta do it anyway. So you might as well just do it. Thanks to Nike again for a great motto. 次は岡地さん。最近嫌なことが頭をぐるぐる回っていました。意味がないと分かっていても家でせっかくリラックスしている時に考えてしまい1ヶ月近くモヤモヤしていました。スイッチを切り替えられたらいいんですよね。モヤモヤし始めたらエクササイズします。そうなんですよ。そのね、自分がモヤモヤしていることをキャッチして対応するっていうのがすごく大事ですよね。そのまま意識せず考えているとなんかどんどんモヤモヤするし、どんどん嫌な方向に行っちゃいます。MKK さんが英語の勉強にもなるし、自分のマインドセットの作り方の勉強にもなるので、このシリーズ気に入ってます。ありがとうございます。Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I am enjoying it as well. This is really nice to be able to share my thoughts and like ideas and realizations with you. こうやって自分が日々気づくこととか、なんか思ったことを気軽に皆さんと英語でシェアするということができてとても嬉しいです。これからも続けたいと思います。5 a.m. on Mondays! で、なるべく、このシリーズに加えて旅動画だったりちょっと違うテーマの動画も週に1回ペースぐらいで更新していきたいと思っているので、そちらもぜひチェックしてください。Alright guys, thank you so much for listening. Hope you guys have an amazing week and we will see you guys again soon. Cheers!